Wow, I love it. It's so cool to see where everyone's from. That's what's so cool about these, the virtual webinars, getting to, see and like have access to so many people across the world. Super exciting. And all of you are here to learn about the new course that we're launching today, the Intro to Artificial Intelligence. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to kind of go through an overview of the course. If you have any questions, please feel free to throw those in the Q&A. We'll answer them. I have Gary and Claire with me here. They're going to be helping me answering questions and things as we go along. So make sure you're utilizing that. I'm Rachel Devaney. I'm a curriculum developer here at CodeHS. I was heavily involved in the creation of this course, and so I am so excited to introduce it to you and give you an overview of what's going on. So in our webinar today, I'm going to go over the course, just give a quick overview, break down the modules, give you an idea about what content is in each module. Then, once you're all excited about what's in the course, I will show you how to access the materials. So you will have access to the beta materials, which is super exciting. So you'll get to go through them as a student. And then from there, I'll talk about the teacher testing group information. One of the main purposes of the beta is to get feedback from you, teachers, to make sure that the full course that we launch in July is as awesome as it can be. And so I'll also give you some ideas about how you can give us feedback and work with us to make this course awesome. And then we will have a time for Q&A at the end. All right, cool. And I will be kind of checking the chat and questions kind of regularly throughout the webinar. Cool, so let's go ahead and get started with the course overview. So this course is designed as a one-semester course for high school students. And there are kind of two components to the Intro to AI course. One is giving students just an overview on what is artificial intelligence, as well as giving students the opportunity to explore the ethical implications that AI has on society. So kind of just a non-programming, more just like informative, exploratory part of the course. And then there is a programming aspect where students learn the important programming concepts that enable AI to exist. So there is some programming. In fact, there's a lot of programming in the course where students are programming artificial intelligence programs, which is really, really cool. So with that in mind, this course is intended for students who have completed Intro to Computer Science in Python 3 or AP CSP in Python. Now, this does not mean that students who have taken like an introductory course in JavaScript won't be able to take the course. It just means that they're going to have to kind of get the additional learning curve of learning the Python syntax. We also know that summer happens and students come to a new course, and even if they've taken Intro to CS in Python 3, they may have forgotten some of the Python structures and things like that. And so there will be review tutorials and things like that that are linked throughout the exercises so that students can review the programming concepts as they come across them. Cool. This course takes a project-based assessment approach. So instead of each module culminating in kind of like an end of unit assessment, each module culminates in a project. And each project has a rubric that gives students a very clear understanding, and you as the teacher, how to complete the project. And so students will be asked to reference the rubric at the very beginning of the project so they know kind of what's expected of them, as well as throughout the project so that they can give each other feedback based on the specific criteria that they'll be evaluated with at the end. And as a teacher, it enables you to fairly and accurately evaluate their work at the very end. So projects, a lot of really great projects throughout this course. Cool. So let's go into the different modules, so the actual content of the course. So this course has 4 modules. What is artificial intelligence in gaming, artificial intelligence in chatbots, and then creating predictive models. So now I'm going to kind of break down each module to give you an idea about what students learn during each part. So the first module is what is AI? In this module, students learn just the basics of AI. They learn about the different types of artificial intelligence. They get to kind of explore some neural network simulations, this teachable machine exploration, which is really fun. And then they also get to really dig into the ethical implications of AI on society. And the project of this course, the students get to choose an ethical dilemma that they are interested in, and they research it and do a presentation on it. And so that is the kind of project culmination for this module. Cool. And then the second module is AI and gaming. And this is, I mean, I love all the modules in this course, of course, but I think this one might be my favorite. In this module, students really explore AI and gaming, as the module title suggests. But throughout the module, students build a tic-tac-toe program that starts out super basic. So they start just like creating one where they're player X and player O, and then they build a non-player, a computer character, a non-player character, who just like randomly places things on the board. Then they add some really cool functionality, a mini-max function and recursion to have the non-player character actually play strategically. And they build in depth and alpha beta pruning to really make their program sophisticated. So at the very end of this module, students have a really awesome tic-tac-toe game that they can play against the computer with, which is cool. And then in the final culminating project, students kind of build on a Connect 4 program, and they add in a mini-max function and alpha beta pruning to make it so that they're playing against a computer player. So a lot of really fun exercises in this module that students get to kind of share, like show off some of their programming skills, and probably will want to share with their friends and family. I know that I've done that as I've been, building the course. Okay, so the third module is getting into AI and chatbots. So kind of leaving the gaming realm and coming into the language processing aspect of artificial intelligence. And so throughout this module, students are learning and programming their own chatbots. So they start with pattern matching chatbots and rule-based chatbots, so kind of the simplistic ones that aren't really AI. But they start programming them just to get a feel for what a chatbot looks like. They get into incorporating analyzing user sentiment, which is a really cool addition to their programming repertoire. And then at the very end, they learn how to incorporate an AI library Chatterbot into their program so that they are truly creating an artificial intelligence powered chatbot at the end. And so that's the culminating project. Students choose a topic of their choice, like an informational topic, and create a chatbot from that incorporates user sentiment so that the chatbot can kind of respond to how the user is interacting with them. So another really cool, like hands-on thing that students get to work on throughout the module. And then the last module, last but not least, of course, is the creating predictive models module. And so in this module, students learn about how artificial intelligence, how computers create predictive models. They learn about linear regression and logistic regression. Sorry, I always have trouble, logistic regression. They learn about supervised and unsupervised models. And so they program models, which is really cool. So they'll use the sklearn library to test and create models that predict outcomes, which is cool, with a wide variety of data sets. And at the very end, they'll kind of choose a data set of their choice and create a predictive model based on whatever they feel is most appropriate for that specific data set. Great. And so we're super excited about this course. And because each module is more or less self-contained, there's a couple of different ways that you can incorporate this into your courses as a teacher. So we know that some of you have a lot of flexibility in the timing that you have, but some of you might just be like, I have a month. What can I do with this month at the end of the school year to like introduce students to something that's really cool? And this is where this course is great. And so if you have just a month and the introductory module to AI, it would be great. It's a non-programming module, so students can just get an overview, get their feet wet in what is artificial intelligence. There is a month-long course, so then that would be the what is AI, and then adding in the gaming piece. So giving students like the exploratory, ethical, dilemma aspect of AI, as well as the programming piece. So that's a really nice option if you just have a month-long kind of break. And then we have the full, obviously, the full semester course that we're showing here, which is all 4 modules. And that is a semester-length course. Another really great, I'm going to plug here for another course that we're launching this year, is we're launching a new data science course that is also a semester long. And it pairs really, really nicely with this intro to AI course. Both are in Python and both have some overlapping topics, especially with the predictive models module unit. And so we highly, if you have a full year and are looking for a new course the data science as the first semester and the intro to AI as the second semester is a really awesome option to help to give your students another opportunity to explore something cool in computer science. Cool. Okay, so that's the course. Super exciting. I hope you're as excited about it as I am, as we are here at CodeHS. This is totally new for us, totally new content. So we're really excited about it, and we hope you are too. So how can you access it now that you've heard all about it? So you can go to, you can join a class section that has the beta materials in it. The course link is codehs.com/introai/start, and then you'll enter the class code 8BF3C. A caveat here, so this, the beta course that you'll be enrolled in is just the first two modules. So the what is AI and the AI in gaming, that's the beta launch. We will launch the other two modules with the full course in July. Another thing that I want to highlight is, so once you go here, you'll be taken to, this is what the page will look like. So you'll have the first two modules, what is AI, AI and gaming. And you'll also be able to give feedback. So at the end of each lesson is the opportunity to give feedback. It's optional, so you don't have to. However, we want any and all feedback that we can get from you. So if you're going through the lessons and you have just some like thoughts or suggestions, or you loved it, or there's something that you loved or something that you hated, hopefully not, but that might happen. We would love to hear about it so that we can make the course as awesome as it can possibly be. So that's an option for you to give feedback as you're going through the course. I just wanted to highlight that. And then the class code 8BF3C, I'll keep this up for just one more second in case you want to hop in.
I also put the link and the code in the chat too. So if you want to check there, it's also there.
Sweet. Thank you, Gary. So on top of things. All right, cool. A couple of other pieces of material that might be helpful for you as you're kind of exploring the beta option is the syllabus. So you can find the syllabus at codehs.com/syllabus/H8264. You can find the syllabus there, or you can also find that the course overview page, which is codehs.com/course/intro-AI/overview. We can also throw those in the chat as well. I believe now there's also an option. So here it's like somewhere like right here, or maybe it's instead of I'm interested, where you can actually just enroll in the beta section from the overview course. So that's another option for how to get into the beta section. Great information there. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you're able to give feedback through the survey at the end of each lesson. However, we have another opportunity if you would like to give feedback in a more like comprehensive way and work closer with the CodeHS team. As I mentioned before, all of this is totally new content, and we want to make sure that it is as engaging as possible for students and as accessible to you as a teacher, so that you can teach it, you feel confident in your ability to teach it well. And so if you're interested in working a little bit closer with us and providing a little bit more feedback, you might be, the teacher testing group might be perfect for you. So how can you get involved and what is it? So it is a way, as I mentioned, to kind of fully engage in the testing process. We know that it's getting close to the end of the summer, and you're probably thinking about some of the things that you're going to do this summer. Maybe that's relaxing, which it should be. Maybe it's going somewhere or whatever. So whatever your plans are for the summer, there's ways to get feedback that's more intensive or less intensive depending on your schedule and availability. And so a couple of ways to get involved are to we can give you special access to leave feedback on individual items. So there will be a survey at the end of each lesson. However, if you want to give feedback on each specific item or activity itself, we can give you access to that. I will be the person looking at that, so you'll know who will be reading what you say. And I can take it, positive, negative feedback, whatever it is. I'm ready for it. Or additionally, you could also engage in group calls with the CodeHS curriculum developers, also known as myself, and other teacher testers to talk through the things that you're experiencing. What are some of the great things that you are loving about the course? What are some of the questions you have? What do you anticipate as trouble spots, things like that? I would love to hop on a call with you and other teachers so that we can kind of talk through what we can do to make the course even better. Cool. So if you're interested in doing that, you can go to codehs.com/introai/testing. And there's a survey. You can fill it out. I think it asks for your email and a couple of different other pieces of information. And then I will reach out to you, and you're welcome. I'll reach out to you with kind of specifics based on what you said you were interested in, and we'll get it all set up and ready to go. So I'll put that back just in case you are. Oh, yeah. We are, I believe this form might be currently inaccessible, not accessible to you, but we are working on that so that you can. Because we want as many of you to join as possible. I promise that that was not a hint at not joining. We want as many people here as we possibly can get. And I believe it has been updated. So if you just are wanting to join, just go ahead and click refresh on that page and you will be able to sign up. All right, so that is a quick, super quick overview of the course. Any questions that you have, I'm happy to answer them. And yeah, I'm happy to answer them. So let's see. So I see that we have a question from Lori about when this is going to be launched in July. Oh, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it live. I see the live thing now, Gary, thanks. So we will not be launching it necessarily at the beginning of July. So this will probably not be available for you to teach with your students in July. So unfortunately, won't be available for students then, probably not until the beginning of the school year there. But I appreciate you wanting to teach at Lori next summer. Next summer will be a perfect opportunity there. Incorporate any machine learning in AI. So this is all using like Python in the editor, like the browser at CodeHS. So this is not necessarily doing any physical computing or anything like that. Maybe that would be a great opportunity for kind of like future learning, but we are importing a lot of libraries using sklearn and the Chatterbot library, which are AI-powered libraries that enable students to write AI-powered programs. What other, yes, the societal impact. It's such an important piece, right? I think that Susan, oh, sorry, just for those of you, just to make sure that you're seeing this in the chat. So Susan Bernard mentioned that the societal impact, she's really excited that those are part of it, which is, I mean, it's a fascinating thing that's going to be taking over. It's going to be impacting everything we do. It does currently impact everything we do now. So it's so important that students have the opportunity to kind of think through the pros and cons as it's happening. Yes, Danielle, there is a, oh, yes, I can mention the libraries in just a second. Danielle, there is a syllabus. If you go to the overview page, I'll actually click back to the page that has the links to that. Here we go. There's a syllabus that you can find the syllabus there. The syllabus might change a little bit as we are finalizing the course, so kind of keep that in mind, but it does provide an overview of the different content covered in the course. The library, so we use the sklearn library for, that's for the predictive models, and the Chatterbot library. We also use Matplot. We'll also be using the predictive models module so that students can visualize the data. Those are the main ones that we use. Oh, I can also type those into the chat. I see that you said that. Great question. Yes, we are using NumPy and pandas, both of them. Thank you, Seaman, for reminding me that those are also part of it. Those will be used in the predictive modules unit, which is also a really great, those are also used in the data science course. So if students are, if you're looking for the full year course, the data science pairs really nicely because it will be using similar concepts and libraries. All right. Anything else? Oh, and Gary just threw a direct link into the syllabus, into the chat in case you need it. the cost is free. All of the curriculum at CodeHS is free. So use it in your classrooms. And the beta is free too. The beta is definitely free. We want as many people to use it and give feedback as possible. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you have any further questions, you're more than welcome to reach out at hello@codehs.com and ask them, and then it will probably be directed to me, so I'll be the one answering them. But you're more than welcome to send questions there. Go to the course overview page that has a link to enroll in the beta section, just a reminder there. And we are not, so this is a high school level, so I'm just going to quickly answer this elementary question. This is a high school level course. So as of right now, this will not be differentiated down for like a full elementary AI course, but maybe one day that will be something that we have as an option. Cool. This will also be, this has been recorded. So if you didn't have a chance, or if you want to go back and review some of it, we will post that on our website so you can access it there. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing from everyone on this call. Thank you so much for taking the time. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about this course. We're super excited about it. And I hope you have a great rest of the school year. You're almost there. Stay with it, and look forward to hearing from you guys.